right as I started videotaping, we had a huge thunderstorm, so you may hear thunder, and it is kind of dark, but hopefully the storm will pass and I'll get some more light. But let's look at some things I have. This is coming soon. I have a bitty baby, and I'm going to make her a couple of outfits using the bundle patterns. And today I'm going to use, I couldn't wait to use these. These are from Dollar Tree, the flour sack towel. And I love the feel of this fabric, so I couldn't resist that. So I'm going to use that. I also found this puzzle in the bottom of my box. I'll show you what I'm going to make out of that. And I'm going to use some fabric, and this is a recycled shirt. It doesn't match exactly, but it's close enough. I think I've shown you how I organize my patterns. I had this binder, 3-ring binder, and I keep my patterns in the page protectors, and I label them. I've color-coded my bundle patterns, so I'll make sure I stick them back all in the same spot together. So I pulled out the shoe. I just realized I didn't label it in your package, so I wrote down shoe. The shoe pattern, the top, and the A-line, the skirt part of the A-line dress. I wanted to make sure the graphic was not too big for the shirt, and it will fit just barely. I'm using my pattern bundle listed in the Etsy shop. I will use the top, the skirt, and the shoe patterns. And as usual, I sewed before I cut the side seam under the arm with a clip, and I'm going to put a V neck. And this one, since it is such a good stretch to it, will go over the doll's head without me making a front opening and a back opening. I put a small V-shaped stay stitch on both sides, because as you pull it on and off the doll's head, I think this is the part that would start to give. And you can do one at the shoulder, or at the the shoulder, but don't do it all the way around because you'll lose your stretch. I'm going to turn the graphic to the wrong side, and quilters will recognize this sewing notion. You don't have to have this fancy measuring equipment to make a rectangle. You can just eyeball it if you want to, or use just a plain ruler. A smaller graphic would be better, but like I said, I could not resist. This describes me personally. Also, if you're a perfectionist, I'm not, but you could use some fray check, or if you're not going to wash it, just use some glue to keep it from fraying. But I kind of like it, just adds more character to it when it has a little bit of fray. You cut the pattern on the fold, but I decided I wanted 3 panels. I want the skirt a little bit fuller than a straight A-line, so I'm going to match my stripes. I fold it and taken out the hem in the towel, and I probably can't see, but anyway, I'm just going to cut 2 more panels and sew them together. I finished the skirt with a casing and the threaded the elastic through the casing. I start to do the drawstring again. That's a really easy closure, but it would have to tie inside the skirt. And this is what it looks like. If you're not crazy about the place setting on the front, you could just make it out of the stripe fabric. I got my stripes matched pretty good. And I don't know, I just think she looks better with a short skirt, so I'm going to hem it to her knees, even though I'm cutting off some of my graphic here. I'm making a delightful little purse. You could leave it as is for a frozen purse. You could leave the puzzle, can't get it open, there you go. You could leave the puzzle in for just some added fun. You could cover it totally, or you could cover the top of the purse. I put a piece of white fabric between the box and the upper layer just because you could see the Disney character, but I just glued it down, nothing special, just kind of did it like you do wrap a package. You can turn it down, you don't have to. And then I'll do the same to the bottom, and that way you can still get in the box. It's not quite dry yet. I used the tacky glue to glue it down, and I plan on using some ribbon, and I will just glue that. I'll put 2 stripes on just the front so that it'll look like, and then I'll glue a little handle so it'll look like she's holding it. I used the shoe pattern in the pattern bundle, and I have a more detailed video on how to make this shoe. I'll link it, and I'll dress the shoe up with just some ribbon, so it'll go with the purse. Here's another idea to use the kitchen towels. I shortened the top and made some pants out of 2 of the towels. This is the pattern I used from the bundle patterns in my Etsy store. Another idea is to place the pattern directly on the towel rather than cutting out a rectangle and sewing it onto a t-shirt or another shirt. Again, I shortened the top pattern and made it more of a crop top, and I used the top, the pants, and the shoes for this outfit. This is the shirt I made in today's video, and I paired it with a pair of jeans and some boots. And you can find that pattern again in the Etsy store. I used the top, the pants, and the boot pattern. This is my favorite. I used the skirt and the top that I made in today's video, and I made the short crop top as a jacket. And you can find the sandals and the purse in a previous video that I made, but you can use the pattern, the top. Oops, I've circled the pants, but obviously it's the top, the skirt, and the sandals. One of the towels had this nice little border on it. You could use that to edge a top or a skirt. The next 2 towels would make really pretty dresses. I'll try to make a video of that. And if the graphic is too big, like in this case, you could fold it and just use it as a pop of color. The same with these pairs. That would make a pretty little sundress. And the bicycle, that would make a nice graphic for a dress. Thanks for watching.